get run up on.
All right. We are live. Man, what a game.
How are there comments in here? Y'all didn't know we was going live.
Yeah, I set it up pretty fast. Like when I sent you the text, I set it up.
Yes,
And we got super chat. Okay, hey, first of all, B, we gotta give a shout out to Phineas. It says big up LBHT. Phineas got timed out yesterday. He was joking with that comment. I didn't tell you that earlier. This is Adrian's cousin. He was just joking.
Gotcha.
Phineas, sorry about that, but we do not control. We do not. I mean, Danny D. She runs the comments. Okay, so Danny D. If you're in the chat, Phineas is cool. He was just poking fun at his cousin. All right, it's all good. Appreciate you coming back though. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was just telling B before we. And there's Adrian right there. Big time win, baby. That's right.
What's going on, Adrian?
I was just telling B, it would be nice if we, covered Jamar Chase.
Would be.
Like he doesn't. I promise you, Jamar Chase doesn't need any extra help. Okay. There's Danny right there.
Danny don't care. She said, "Oh, okay."
She's like, "Yeah, sure."
She didn't give a warning next time. All right, Danny. Enjoy the win, Danny. Just be happy tonight. Oh Lord! All right. I understand that from your perspective. From my perspective, it's much more entertaining to watch Jamar Chase running free. Hey, and Jared brings him up too. Tylan Wallace, man, that was. Geno Smith gifted y'all one on that one. But that was a great play from Tylan. Great play, keeping his feet in bounds and breaking those tackles. Guys were running free all night, right?
Right.
I'll watch a combined 69-point game. Sure.
Oh yeah, it was entertaining for sure. Jeez, man, like
your son.
I don't want.
Let me tell you about your son. Because your son, once the Bengals went up 21-7, he said, "Man, Cincinnati got this," and he told me Cincinnati's going to win. He said he's taking the Bengals. He don't think Baltimore coming back. Cincinnati got it. And then as the walls closed in on the Bengals, he turned to me and he said, "You know why I said Cincinnati would win?" And I'm like, "Why?" It's like, because I'm rooting for the Ravens and I wanted to weaken them.
Reverse psychology. That's right. Mind games. Deception.
Unbelievable.
Shout out to David, man. Thank you, son. I appreciate that. What's up, Just Aloe says, great win. Hello, Jose and Brodny and LBHT crew. I'm surprised you're still up. Well, to be fair, I'm surprised I'm still up. I was struggling. Reverse says, I wanted the Jackson 5 game. He was this close.
He was. I couldn't believe he didn't score on that run.
Yeah.
I could not believe it.
Well, one, I couldn't believe that it wasn't a sack. And then I couldn't believe he stayed in bounds. I couldn't believe he didn't score.
He manipulates defenders like that when he's dropping back. It's like he'll kind of go, he'll take a stutter step inside just to make sure that he still has enough room on the edge because he knows he can run around him. I didn't expect him to get all the way to the end zone though.
Yeah, those defenders look sick to their stomach.
I wouldn't even chase him, honestly. I was like, you got it, bro. Like, do what you're gonna do.
You stand here, build a line, you build a wall, like, but don't go forward. He's just gonna make you miss. Then he says, "Bye, Tiger Stripes." Be the change you wish to see. What's going on? It says EDC has his ass kicked too. Yeah, I mean, yeah. And shout out to Adrian for the 264. Is that for the yards that
he said a penny for every yard Chase had on Orr's quote defense.
Yeah, 264 yards. I lost count how many touchdowns.
Three touchdowns. Yeah, that last one was sick.
I didn't think it could get worse than the second one, right? Because we battle back, we go up, get the 2-point conversion, we're up 35-28, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay, we're gonna hold here. No, was it 35-28? No, it was 20. No, it was 28-21. That's what we did the 2-point conversion. 28-21. And I'm like, okay, we just gotta hold him. We get the ball back and we can drain the clock. And he just flicked it down the field. Marcus Williams again, who was out of position. Mm-hmm. Anytime there's a miscommunication like that, I just gotta put the blame on the safety. Like, it's not always the safety's fault, but I feel like somebody has to know that a wide receiver can't roam free. And if it's Jamar Chase, he definitely can't roam free. I don't care what your assignment is, right? I was like, okay, it can't get any worse than that. Like, I'm sick of seeing this guy score. And then at the very end there, when it's obviously trying to get him the ball, he beats Marcus Williams again.
Yeah. Marcus just chilling.
All that being said, I'd much rather have him out there than Eddie Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Ferris here?
It looks like he's trying to get here.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna say this again. Okay. Well, let me go ahead and close this. But it was. I absolutely love watching Lamar Jackson play quarterback.
Yes.
He is, again, far and away the best player in the NFL. And you know what? Joe Burrow is right up there too. Love watching Joe. Love watching Jamar. These are unbelievably entertaining games. I understand the Ravens fans don't like it that way necessarily, but these are fantastic games when those two go head to head.
I just gotta say, man, that's why you value wide receivers over cornerbacks. Okay.
Yeah.
We invested all that in cornerback, and it didn't matter. And I'll tell you what, it didn't matter how many quarterbacks we drafted, what cornerbacks we traded for. Marshawn Lattimore was not going to stop Jamar Chase once he gets going. Okay, that's just the type of player that he is, But we got Lamar Jackson, so yeah. Hey, salute to y'all, man. 75 people in here. It is almost midnight, and y'all up here rocking with us. Appreciate y'all. We're not gonna stay here long because I am so tired. My friend Antonio is here. Says hit the like button, people. Listen to Antonio. Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you. Who else is here? Ferris is here. So that's interesting. Time to Just Allo. What does Just Allo say that was interesting? Well, everything Just Allo says is interesting. My bad, Just Allo. Max says Marcus Williams sucks, man. Why the F didn't we trade him? Trade him for who? You can't just trade bad people. And shout out to who's that? Was that Adrian?
It was Adrian. He said $1 for every LaMarvelous touchdown. Thank you very much.
There you go. Appreciate you, man. It's funny. Andy Dalton burnt us with this same zone defensive scheme years ago with Tyler Boyd, and guess who was our defensive coordinator? Passive Pease. Dean Pease, who was advising Zach Orr right now.
Honestly, I've been saying give Zach Orr time. It's his first year. They lost a lot of coaching talent, but man, like something's got to change, right? You can't keep running the defense out there like that every week, because this is the first time that they have a legitimate Super Bowl offense. Like Lamar is playing out of his mind. They've got playmakers in Zay. Likely didn't play tonight, but they've got Likely. They got Henry. They got Keaton Mitchell coming back. Rashad Bateman showing up. They just added, obviously Deontay. He's out there with Nelson Aguilar. They're making catches except for when they fall down. You can't roll into the playoffs with the defense playing like this.
Yeah. Ferris is ready.
I don't care.
Wow. House says Swiss peas.
Andrews, yes, Phineas, that's correct. Andrews as well. He's playing. He turned it up.
Yes, we needed that. Chris White says, let's try this again. If Jamar Chase wore a Ravens jersey for 5 minutes, he would be the greatest wide receiver ever.
Why would it take 5 minutes, Chris? Why would it take 5 minutes?
Yeah, this is true.
What is up, Ferris?
What's up, Ferris?
Damn it. Where is it?
Ferris.
I'ma need a day off. I think I call Ferris up.
God That's I think
how were they not combined under one button first?
No,
yeah,
it
should be one sound.
No, but it's not because the way the roadcasters, you gotta.
Obviously, it's not.
No, you combine them into one clip and then put it on one button.
I could, but it's already on 2 buttons, and I'm always smooth with it. I just forgot it was on bank 6.
Are you?
Yeah, usually I am. Usually you don't know. You don't know. It's this is the first time you found out. See?
No, this is not the first time you weren't smooth with it. It's just the first time you were unsmooth in that particular fashion.
Exactly.
That's okay though.
I gotta move. Right. It's too far to the left. I gotta move everything to the right. I gotta
get that soundboard right first.
Well, spell my name right first, then.
It's Fares. Yes.
By the way, the reason I said
even though the Fares that Kanye's referring to is Farris.
Wait, that's semantics, right?
You stole a sound, okay? That's not their fault.
Oh, now we hear about stealing.
Okay, we're getting off track here.
That was you that was making them excuses before.
Fares, what did you think of the game?
Oh man, I loved it, man. It was great football. As a New York Giants fan, I don't watch great football weekly, so it was good to watch you. It was very good to watch 2 teams with very great quarterbacks play great on prime time.
You're gonna see that again Sunday morning, my man.
You damn right I am. I'm gonna call that game just to make up for the week I missed. I'm gonna hate myself at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I mean, as frustrated as I am with our defense, very entertaining game. Obviously, it's probably one of the better Thursday night games they've had in a while.
Yeah, no, and you know, and someone said that's what they should start doing. To fix Thursday night games, like having divisional matchups coming off of bye weeks, or just divisional matchups in general, because there's always an extra sense of intensity. You know what I mean? Like I remember once it was Cowboys Tennessee, and it's like what?
Yeah, I think that it's not even about having divisional matchups because those aren't always going to be good games either. It's this is going to be an entertaining game. You've got Joe Burrow and you've got Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
So yes, when you get 2 of arguably the top 3 quarterbacks playing each other, and both of them are playing out of their minds right now, it's going to be a great game.
Also
next
too,
next week is going to suck probably.
Well, also too, Amazon's paying $1 billion for one night, so they're going to be like, you're going to give us some good games, okay? Yeah. You're going to give us some, because Thursday Night Football used to be on NFL Network or Fox, and we didn't care. They didn't care. They'll throw in Jacksonville versus whoever. I don't know. I remember Rams, Niners were on one night. Nobody played defense that night. It was like 54-52. You remember? Yeah, it was. You remember? It was like with the ketchup mustard game where the Rams were all yellow, and the Niners were all red.
No, I don't remember that because I respect Color Rush.
No, I do. I respect it too. It was very good, but it was also the horrible green blue week we had that one week as well. But that's diverse. But yeah, man, Amazon's paying big money for it. They're gonna get better games. Thursday night's gonna get better.
We'll see.
Okay, we'll see.
Because I think next week is Commanders versus who?
Commanders and the Eagles.
Yeah,
maybe a good game.
Kelvin says, at this point, I don't know if most of these players in the secondary are just bad or they still have communication issues that just never got and probably will never get fixed, aka coaching. Yeah, it's either coaching or it's the players, right? Or a combination of both. Like, you can't be 10 weeks in and still not understand whose assignment is what. But anytime I see those deep routes, right, and especially you see a player like Jamar Chase streaking down the field, you're the safety. I mean, you can't let him roam free. Like, you see him, like, you have the view, right? Like, you're coming up, right? But you see Jamar Chase going downfield. And I don't know, maybe you thought Brandon Stevens was going to run with him. But, I mean, Brandon Stevens can't run with them.
Right, he can't run with him.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We'll wait for Coach. I'll digress to Coach and let him give his opinion on that. But I don't know. It just seems like Marcus Williams has been playing shallow. He had been playing shallow the whole game. He gave up 2 touchdowns, in my opinion. I think I put that more on him than Brandon Stevens.
Mm-hmm.
But even for Brandon Stevens, I mean, bro, like, run with him. Like, who else were you trying to cover there? There was nobody else in the area.
Right. It's unfortunate watching the Ravens secondary, but like
shout out to Marlon though. Marlon Humphrey made a crucial play to get them back in it, force that fumble. We needed that because that could have gotten very ugly if that didn't happen.
Man, I think Marlo really took it to heart when Lamar kind of I don't even want to say called him out. I mean, he a little bit. He embarrassed him on his live a bit. And I think he really took that to heart. Has been kind of locked in since then.
Yeah,
he needs to do it to all of the rest of them.
Yeah, I don't know what they said about Kyle Hamilton. I hope that's not a season-ending injury. He was in a walking boot.
He's in a boot and didn't come back. So
that happened this game.
Yeah, it happened during the game.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because I saw him injured and I was like, wait, did that happen last week or this week? I was confused because I missed the injury.
It was like an ankle, whatever. Like, he rolled it. Best case scenario, he'll probably be out a few weeks, and I'll take it. All right, I'll take it. But I hope it's nothing worse than that because this defense cannot afford to lose a player like him.
But I'll tell you what, they're bad with him anyway.
Joseph said high ankle sprain. That's not good.
Well, that's 4 to 6 weeks. Usually.
But he can come back. He can come back. It's not a season-ending thing.
Yeah.
So, all right. I don't know when our bye week is. We haven't taken our bye yet. So, that'll help.
Yeah.
Better than Achilles, I agree, Keenan. I agree.
You've got it doesn't even say on here when your bios. Oh no, there it is. You got 3 more games before the bye: Pittsburgh, Chargers, and Eagles, and then the bye week.
It's a tough stretch.
Yeah.
Somebody call Rex Ryan. Danny says we play again soon. Well, we have 10 days off, Danny, because we just played on Thursday, so we don't play again until next Sunday. So, and it's Pittsburgh, but I mean, we can beat Pittsburgh without Kyle Hamilton. But like we said,
can you beat Pittsburgh? Period.
Well, yeah, we can. We don't beat them. We can beat them.
Yeah.
Somewhere in the world, you guys have beaten Pittsburgh. Somewhere
in one of the multiverses.
Yeah, one of the Earths. Earth 8 for Lamar, I guess.
Yeah, Matabike showed up this game too. He had 3 sacks.
Mm-hmm. Got away with a face mask.
He got away with 2, and I'll take it.
He punched Joe Burrow twice in the face, and you're like, y'all gonna call that? It's like, no. It's like, cool me.
Yep, I'll take it.
It's like, it's like punched him in the face, and it was like, all right, cool, bro. That's nice.
Defense played bad. Offense started out kind of clunky. A lot of penalties for both offense and defense, but like the false starts and ineligible man downfield type of penalties, whatnot. That was frustrating. But at the end of the day, they got together. Lamar's just that type of player, man.
Yeah, and John Harbaugh's that kind of coach where you're always going to be undisciplined.
Yeah,
and I don't understand why they just let it go. And he seemingly hasn't changed anything to try to get the team in line when it comes to the penalties. It's embarrassing.
So congrats on the dub. Appreciate you. Thank you very much.
And the time management, right? He burned 2 timeouts early in the first, and then obviously didn't have a timeout at the end into the half when they needed one to try and get maybe a field goal going into halftime. So
Kogan says Joe Burrow has 31% of his yards this year against us, which is only 20% points from their games via Zach Orr. I mean, Zach Orr's not going anywhere. He's not going to get fired mid-season. We just got to hope he gets better. And No, it's not fire Zach Orr.
He can get reassigned midseason.
It's not fire Zach Orr. We're done blaming coordinators. Fire Harbaugh, who keeps bringing these people in.
That's not going to happen. We know that's not going to not in season.
No.
But what I'm saying is they need something to change on that defense, and they need it to change now, right? They need it to change in season. So if you have to have somebody else take over play calling, or whatever it is, you got to do it because it's not getting any better with Zach Orr at this point, and you have to have something change before you get to the playoffs. The offense is ready to win, 100%. And the defense is just not holding up their end of the bargain at this point. If over the next few weeks they can keep on making timely turnovers, then that's a different story. But they don't look interested in that.
Yeah, I mean the good news. Yes, we play Pittsburgh next week. They're tough, but there ain't no Joe Burrow over there or Jamar Chase.
There's a Russell Wilson and a George Pickens, sir. And a Mike Williams.
And they're good.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not sleeping on them. But none of them's gonna put up 264 yards against us.
Right.
So I mean, there's that, I guess. But yeah, like the problem is the head coach. All right. And that's why we're gonna see Zach Orr out there. Yes, B is absolutely right in what he's saying. But Harbaugh doesn't want to hear that. Okay, he's hiring his people, and that's just who he's going to roll with. He's super loyal like that, but it's to the detriment of the team. Adrian's in the house. What's going on, Adrian? Do we have a scene for 4?
I don't know. Let me see if we can do this here.
So you don't think they made the mistake of picking Zach over Denard, or is Denard even doing anything good in Tennessee to prove that
good
wrong?
In Tennessee. No, he's doing well in Tennessee.
Yeah, I don't watch Tennessee. That's what I was asking.
From what I heard, yeah, he's doing pretty well. I just
because he was the leader of your best group last year, which was your DB group. Could you have elevated him instead of Zach?
I thought Weaver probably should have been the defensive coordinator.
Okay, and he's in Miami?
I'm not sure where he went, but I mean, he had a lot more experience. I wasn't against Zach Orr being the defensive coordinator, right? But I don't. They need to know, not me. They need to know. They need to get it right, not me, right? I wasn't a fan of Mike McDowell when they hired him just because he was a friend of the family, but they were right about him, and they brought up Zach Orr, and he's in Miami. Okay, yeah, they brought up Zach Orr, and they need to be right about Zach Orr, like this is the time to play around with your staff. I mean, Mike McDonald left, but I mean, we're trying to win a Super Bowl. You have to get these positions right. That's part of your job. All right, you good, B?
Give me 1 minute.
Okay. All right, I'll read a couple more comments here. Oh, what's going on, Yolanda? Thanks for coming through. Make sure y'all check out Ravens Talk with Yolanda. She did a stream earlier before the game. All right. Dope Ravens content creator. Who else we got here? Deshaun86 says, don't blame the defensive coordinator. It's John Harbaugh's fault. He's not looking for a secondary coach. His ego is affecting the Ravens. Yeah, a secondary coach, because we lost a lot of position coaches. That's that's
Bernard, Troy.
Yeah. But
Anthony. Sorry, not Troy. Sorry.
Yeah. But I mean, like the communication out there, that's not a DB coach thing. That's a coordinator. Why don't they understand where they're supposed to line up?
Yeah.
What's going on, Adrian?
What it do, man? It's always a beautiful day when the Ravens win.
Yeah.
The sky not falling. I mean, yeah, this defense, we've been talking about it every week, every day. Defense is not good, man. Like I said, 38-35. That's how we got to win football games. What, a 1-point win tonight? They stepped up on that 2-point conversion, made a play. Now, I think that was hands to the face, potentially even a defensive hold. But, put it on the referees to call that at the end. I like the physical nature on that last play. I want to, outline the positives. Like you said earlier, Jose, Marlowe came up with a huge play when we were down 14. If he doesn't make that forced fumble, if he doesn't force that fumble right there, we probably lose this game tonight. And that's what you were saying before, B. This defense has to make timely plays and force turnovers at the right time. They're going to get burnt often. We know this, and I don't see the scheme really being fixed at this point. And if you even if you do bring a new DC in, and I've been joking about Bill Belichick, Rex Ryan, Buddy Ryan, Bill Parcells, where's he at? I'm naming it everybody from 30, 40 years ago. You bring a new guy in, he's not going to have time to implement a scheme to fix this defense. I don't think the defense can be fixed. We got to keep putting up 35 plus points pretty much every week because we just don't have the ability to stop teams for 4 quarters.
Right. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. But we got it. We had to be able to slow them down. Like you said, make timely, force timely turnovers. But man, the game, like, it can't look like this down the stretch. Like when we have them in a situation where they have to pass the ball and go to the stretch of the field, only one timeout that they didn't even have to use.
Nope.
Right? Like that can't happen.
You committed like 3 penalties on that drive.
Yeah.
There's the roughing the passing penalty, the face mask by Marlowe, and like another defensive holding, I think. So it was 3 of them.
And there was an offside as well on who was that on
Van Noy.
Yeah, Van Noy, yes, offside on Van Noy, yes.
There was at least 4 penalties on that drive. The undisciplined play got to stop. But another egregious mistake that was made, Harbaugh, why are you throwing on second down and the Bengals only had 1 timeout at the end of the game? You see that they can go up and down the field. Jamar Chaseway had an 80-yard bomb in this game. They don't need a whole bunch of plays and a whole bunch of time to get down the field. You got Derrick Henry. I said this last time. 15 carries is not enough touches for Derrick Henry. Why don't he get 20, 25 touches every game? I don't care what the score is. Keep feeding him the rock because that allows the defense to rest and come out there and play with aggression. They're not a great defense. They need every advantage that they can get. And our running game is one of the biggest advantages in the league. When we don't run the ball 20, 25 times, we're not the same team.
Yeah, the problem with it again is when you get down, right? When you go down 21-7, and that's not a Ravens thing. Every single coach at every level of football is going to stop running the ball, essentially. Once they got that taken care of, right? You force that turnover, you score, you get back in the game. Yeah, Derrick Henry should have been the guy closing the game out. That's the entire point of having a running back like Derrick Henry. And then you have Justice Hill and you have Keaton Mitchell. There's no, like, it's not like you're not going to get tired. You're not going to get tired running the ball, right? Like, hand the ball off, run the clock, and choke these teams out. But they won't do it. Now, fortunately for them, they've got, again, the best player in football under center, and he can go out there and make those plays and win you those games. Because if it was just down to John Harbaugh's coaching, this would not be a great team.
Yeah,
I'll say this: if we had the defense from last year, or just not this defense, I would be okay with that. I want us to be more aggressive on offense because we've seen this with the Ravens in the past, where they're just trying to play it safe, run out the clock, and they're not even trying to score a touchdown. They'll just rely on Justin Tucker, right? No, don't rely on Justin Tucker. Get us 7 points, not 3 points. So I don't care if we leave a little time on the clock and they have an extra timeout. If they have to go to stretch the length of the field to get a touchdown, that's where our defense should be able to close it out. And that's what we would, we don't have much expectations from the defense, but that's the type of thing that we would expect from a defense last year. This year,
that might take them an extra 7 seconds.
Right.
Did you have any faith that we were going to prevent the Bengals from scoring a touchdown on that final drive?
Nope.
Touchdown, yes. The 2-point conversion, no.
I did not think. I'm the opposite. I had no faith that they were going to keep them out of the end zone. But when they made the decision to go for 2, I thought they would stop him.
I didn't. Especially when they called a timeout. I was like, oh, they really going to cook something up here. Miss Pittsburgh says, job well done, Ravens. Okay.
But technically, if they called any of the penalties on that 2-point conversion.
Wait. Hold on. Miss or MS Pittsburgh? I don't want to call you Miss if you're a guy.
Good point.
I'd like to get this right. But we're going to see you guys next week.
No, because I'm I've been looking at some of these stats, trying to compare your two assistants who left and then you overpicking Zach Orr. The Tennessee defense is a little weird this year because they're first in total defense. Mm-hmm. They're first in passing defense. And I think they're first in third down percentage, but they're like 27th in scoring.
Yeah, the offense is terrible.
Yeah, so I'm like, it's confusing in that sense because
scoring defense. You mean
scoring defense? Yeah, scoring defense. They're 27th. So like you have a total yardage, you're really good. Third down, you're really good, but scoring, you give up 27 basically 26.6 a game. So like Denard is kind of having the back end solidified. He probably needs more.
There's no balance over there.
Yeah,
they can't score though. Like that's you can attribute that mainly to their offense.
Yeah, defense is always on the field all the time, short fields because they're punting all the time. So that's probably why it happens. I'm also trying to find some Miami stuff for Anthony Weaver. Trying to do some compare and contrast.
Miami's been solid on defense too. Their offense just has been terrible all year because Tua got hurt, got another concussion, and since he's been back, it's like he only dumps it off the A chain.
Yeah,
Waddle and Tyreek have been pretty much non-factors for the majority of the season.
Yeah,
so
I can't get the ball to nobody. We know that Tyler Huntley can't get the ball to nobody.
No, Tyler Huntley he's been terrible.
We got 125 people in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're not going to
give them time. I'll compare the numbers, but I don't have time to do that.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a lot of talk in the chat about Justin Tucker, and it's hilarious to me because Justin Tucker is 15 for 19 and 34 for 35 on extra points, and they're calling him washed. Like, welcome to the rest of the NFL.
Yeah,
you just had the greatest kicker of all time for the past decade, and now you know what it's like to just have a really good kicker.
Yo, man, you guys are lucky that you guys even have a kicker because both of my kickers got hurt for no reason. They just got hurt, and you're like, wait, how? And now I have a kicker from Northern Ireland kicking the ball. What?
A few years ago, Carolina had 2 kickers, and their GM was bragging about how they had 2 kickers, and maybe he was going to trade one. And then one got signed off of the practice squad, and they cut the other one, and then they haven't had a kicker since.
And
this is the thing with Tucker. Like, we're so used. It's not even just the percentage. I know he had the number 1 percentage all time before the season. I'm not sure if he's still number 1 all time, but he's had some timely misses, like that miss tonight. That would have tied the game up. Now we came back and got the 2-point conversion on the next touchdown. But if we lose by 1 point, you might have to look at Tucker a little bit different. And, he's made so many clutch kicks over the years. He's been so reliable. But this year, he has missed some kicks that we expect him to make in the clutch. I will say that.
Yeah, no, for sure. And again, welcome to what the rest of the NFL deals with every single week, every year. They say he can't miss that extra point. Yeah, no, you don't want to miss extra points. He's missed 7 in his career. It's not the first time it's happened, right? Yeah. He's still never missed a kick under 40, right? Or in however many years. Yes, he's missed some kicks over 50 yards, and you were spoiled by having this dude run out there and kick 65-yard game-winning field goals for you. That's not normal.
It's not.
He's been doing it forever.
He's getting old.
Teams miss those kicks occasionally.
He's 35.
Right? Yeah.
35. He's not 25. He's 35. I know technically that's not really that old in like actual real life, but in sports, that's ancient. You know what I mean?
Filthy wants to know, is Tylan Wallace officially our 3rd wide receiver now, B?
No. Dude, shout out to Tyler, man. I will give it to Tyler the same way we used to praise Devin Duvernay. He would go out there and when he got the ball, he seemed like he really wanted to make something happen with the ball, right?
Yeah.
But he's not good enough to get a bunch more touches. Right?
Well,
it's not really.
Hey, man. Shout out to Chris Just Joking, man. That's his son, man. He scored a touchdown. Shout out to him. I've always been a big fan of Tylen Wallace when he was at Oklahoma State. I thought he was going to be good until he tore his ACL his junior year, which then forced him to come back to Oklahoma State. But I quite enjoyed him in the Big 12 when I watched him with the Pokes. Shoot him up.
Damn, he said spoiler.
Yeah.
I feel you,
well, what's up with how many snaps did Deontay Johnson have tonight? I want to see the number on that because
if
like
you want.
one for 6.
He had 6 snaps. He had 1 catch, 6 yards.
I'm sorry, snaps. I don't know how many snaps, but he had 1 catch for 6 yards. He got open on another play. Lamar threw it to him, and he tripped.
Oh yeah, he did fall in the middle of the field. I saw that. You know, maybe they need to maybe they need to let him wear number 5 again. You know, he need to call Flacco and get his number back. You know, that 18 reminds me that was his Pittsburgh number, right?
Wasn't that Bashard Perryman?
Yeah.
That was his Pittsburgh number, I believe. I want to see him wear the number 5 again. You know.
I also do. I think 18 with the Ravens is kind of cursed because Bashard Perryman wore it.
Yeah, no, this
you want to wear it,
man. He need to get a new.
Shout out to Bashard Perryman, by the way, wherever you are, man. Hope you're having a good day. I don't.
No, we have a kicking heritage in Baltimore. You sure do. What was old boy's name?
That's over.
Billy Cundiff.
No. Billy Cundiff.
No, not him.
Heritage right there. That's your kicking heritage. That's
dude that missed a 32-yarder.
Yeah.
That would have said the overtime. We could have had back-to-back Super Bowls, man. Him and Lee Evans, man, they can never come back to Baltimore.
Shout out to Sterling Moore.
Hey, shout out to Purple Rain Podcast. Alex and Sutton doing great things over there, man. Appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure you go over there and subscribe. Purple Rain Podcast.
I see a couple of Go-Man Big Cuz saying that Jalen Armour Davis has number 5. Yeah, you can get that up off of him real quick. That ain't no problem.
Yeah.
And don't try to do that. And don't try to do that Jimmy Clausen nonsense either. Just give it up. All right, just give it up. Ain't nobody paying you for that number. All right, find a new number. By the way, you're a DB. Go wear number 25. All right, why are you wearing 5 anyway? 5 is for players. 5 is for players like game changers. You don't deserve single digit.
I mean, all for a single digit, definitely. You gotta
exactly.
Pay the bills. I had a long time great kicker in Carolina too. His name was John Casey. Then we went to the Super Bowl and he kicked a kickoff out of bounds. So I feel y'all paying on that one.
Hey man, I'll say this, man.
That lost him the game.
Yeah, it did. Shout out to Lawrence Tynes, man. He had multiple game winners for the Giants during their Super Bowl runs. Shout out to them. You know.
Yeah, more recently wasn't your kicker a woman abuser?
That's Josh Brown. He's no longer my kicker.
Kept the journal about it.
That's right.
He's in jail. All right. My kicker's Graham. Yeah, I hope so.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he went to jail.
Well, he should go to jail. All right. My kicker's Graham Gano. All right. Shout out to you, Graham, wherever you are.
Gano.
Yeah. We picked him up after he hit a 60-yarder against us for Carolina. We're like, we want that guy. And we did. We stole him from Carolina.
Congratulations.
And he was our best offensive player for 4 years.
You stole the GM too. How'd that work out?
That didn't work as well. The kicker worked, but not the GM.
Yeah, y'all giving Daniel Jones $40 million a year, man. He like Malik Wright out here.
Oh God, man. So hey, man, see, this is what I like today, man. Watching these two franchises getting these great quarterbacks. You know, why can't I have nice things?
You have
Eli Manning.
I had Eli Manning.
You got 2 rings, man. You beat Brady twice.
I did. But I want more. Why can't I have more? Adrian, why? Why not?
Because you're greedy. Why can't I have 1 ring?
You almost did.
Yeah, almost. Almost twice. Yeah. Don't got one, though.
My bad. I'm sorry to see that. You know, it happens.
Well, I mean, we got socks older than the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the young franchise.
It'll happen. But, I mean.
One day.
All right. Look. We ain't gonna stay here much longer, man. There's still over 100 people in here. Hit that like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. We're giving our thoughts on the Ravens and Bengals game. Ravens win 35-34. Bengals had a chance to tie it up and take it into overtime, but they said, no, we're going to be aggressive because we don't respect this defense. And they went for 2 and didn't get it. Okay.
Jose, what do you feel about Zach Taylor's decision to go for 4? I mean, he went for a countless 4 downs. You had no problem with the 2 or any of the 4th downs? that he went for early in the game?
No, the defense sucks, right? Like I wouldn't respect them either, right? Go for it, be aggressive. Like they 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 lost a lot of games that they should have won. they let's be real about it. They should have beat us twice. Okay, let's just be real about it. Like they had both
The
games
Kansas
won.
City game they could have won too.
The Kansas City game they could have won. Like you look at their losses, they had a lot of games that they should have won, and they're at the point now where they you know they have to make a real push to make the playoffs. You gotta be a little aggressive.
I'll say this: when it comes down to that kind of thing, if you're the worst team, which they are, because you say Baltimore's defense sucks, so does theirs.
Yes.
But they are the worst team. If you're the worst team in that situation, you go for two, right?
Yeah.
Because you put it on the line for one play, because you're more likely to get that one play than you are to go into overtime and just outplay the other team for a couple series. You know, not saying it can't happen, obviously, but I think you're more likely to just line up. Hey, you just scored that touchdown. They're probably a bit deflated. You know, line up for that 2-point conversion, see if you can get it. Because if you let everything kind of calm down and get into overtime, they're just the better team again.
The only thing I would say,
you don't want a Baker Mayfield situation where Kansas City won the toss and Baker was like, "Oh God, I'm not getting the ball."
The only thing that made me kind of pause on that and like and just kick the extra point is how much time was left? What, 30 seconds?
Yeah, it was like 38 seconds or something like that.
The Ravens still had 3 timeouts. They could easily get into field goal range and still win the game, right?
Exactly.
But if you tie it, they might be more inclined to just take it to overtime. Maybe.
Here's the thing: like Finney's saying, "Nah, you take the extra point." They were scoring at will. Cool, they were scoring at will. What was Baltimore doing?
Scoring at will.
If you go to the overtime
more.
and you lose that coin flip, then what does it matter that you're scoring at will? It doesn't. And if you're scoring at will, you can't pick up 2 yards.
Yeah, man. My thing is this, man. I never get mad at the coach or the team going for the win, because they always do this thing where, like, if you go to the win and let's say they could do it and they get the 2-point conversion, everyone looks at Zach Taylor like, oh, what a gutsy, great call. He's a genius. They don't do it. It's like, oh, what an imbecile. So, like, you know what I mean? So, like, you always go for the win. It's sports. This ain't soccer. A draw ain't okay. You win.
That's right. You're right.
Why would you play field position if you're scoring at will?
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, you always go for the win.
Hey, let me read a super chat from the Trib One. I appreciate you, Trib.
Thank you,
Says
Trib.
Super chat. Yo, congrats. Since when? Tylen, stay ready. Okay, well, I mean,
I love players like that, like Tylen, because Justice Hill's like that. Devin Duvernay was like that for a while. The guys who, they're not the best guys on the team, but when they get their shot, they're gonna make it happen. You know?
Yeah. And since when we activated them yesterday? I mean, we didn't just get them. We've always had them. We just didn't activate them because we don't want YouTube taking out 30%. But you guys, you love your super chats, okay? But we just have one request. If you're going to make a big donation, don't put it in a super chat. Hit up the Cash App or the pin link, which is just like the super chat. It works the same exact way. All right. It'll take you to Streamlabs and we give you a nice animation on the screen. All right. But, for $2, I guess we can take the hit. I don't like that either. But, I'll give up the.
I like it, Trib. Thank you.
I'll give up the 60 cents that YouTube's going to take.
Well,
did I ever tell y'all the story about Engraven when he found out that YouTube takes 30%? If Engraven watches this, he'll start cracking up. I've told this story before. He was not happy. And anytime somebody donated, he just do the math in his head. So if you donated like $10, he'd be like, "Oh, thanks, Trib One, for the $10. I mean, I only get $7, but thank you."
Gomez is an interesting question. I know Gomez is like the biggest Ravens fan there is. He says, "Is this the best offense of all time?"
No.
Now, listen. I'm inclined to say no, right? I am inclined to say no, but they do have some numbers that put them up there, near that category. But if you just look at in terms of talent, I'm going to say no. But you've got a young guy. What is Lamar? 27, 28.
Yeah.
He's about to win his 3rd MVP. So you've got an argument right there that you are watching and rooting for, the GOAT at that position. You you can make that case individually. And they're putting up crazy numbers thanks to Lamar. But you turn around and you look at guys like, or teams like the Rams who had Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, what's
Torrey
the
Holt,
name?
Torrey Holt,
Marshall
Falk,
yeah,
Ricky Prohl.
Right, and I think
Orlando Pace.
You look at Minnesota with Randall Cunningham, Randy Moss, Chris Carter, Jake Reed, Robert Smith.
Yeah.
Air Coryell.
Yeah,
it doesn't have a nickname yet.
But they are one of the best. They're one of the best though at this point.
But that's a good point though, because like when we go back and look at these teams, I mean, we're not going to be like, man, they were stacked with Rashad Bateman, Tylen Wallace, maybe Zay Flowers. Maybe Zay Flowers.
Saying, hey, Peyton Manning had Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Dallas Clark, Edgerrin James. There's a lot of offenses that had a lot of all-time talent on them.
Yeah, and then Austin Collie, Joseph Asai,
Adai.
all of Adai.
Joseph Adai.
Joseph Adai.
Yeah, but
but
I don't think we ever seen a quarterback like Lamar though. Like now Randall Cunningham, Mike Vick, Donovan McNabb, just a couple dual threat guys that I can think of were great.
Don't try to sneak Donovan McNabb in there. All right, don't try to do that. Don't try to do that. Okay, don't try to do that. That fat dude. Don't do that. All right. Slander.
Time out. We can't all talk over each other. That's not going to work.
Donovan McNabb was an amazing quarterback.
Whatever, man.
Hey, that's what we're talking about right there. Shout out to Big Cuz for the $10 donation. Says what?
Just showing love. Growing up in the Super Bowl.
Showing support. Thank you,
Big Cuz. Appreciate it.
Mm.
So when you hit up the Cash App or you hit up the Streamlabs, that's the animation that you get right there. All right. We appreciate all donations. Okay.
Yes. But at this point, it is a legitimate question, man. And if they keep it up, if they keep playing this way through the rest of the season, they get themselves a Super Bowl, then it's going to be a real argument.
Oh yeah, but one team we forgot about that 07 Patriots team.
Yes.
Team. And I think Brady threw 50 touchdowns that year, and also that Peyton Manning Broncos team. Not the one that won the Super Bowl, but the one that lost to Seattle. Peyton Manning had, I think, 53 touchdowns that season. That was a great offense as well. So, and there have been a lot of great offenses. I think to be the greatest of all time, you got to win a championship. Like without that, you just had a very great or historic season.
Because I think what we're seeing right now, as opposed to the greatest offense of all time, it's just one of the greatest seasons from a player in Lamar Jackson. And look, Derrick Henry's having that kind of season too, depending on how they finish it out. But the guys Zay, Rashad, the tight ends, you can't really argue that they're having that kind of impact at this point. Obviously, the O-line isn't great. So I think you're seeing a couple of guys who are playing, just out of their mind and really carrying the whole offense.
Yeah.
He is the offense. Like the Ravens really don't have a system. Like these other great offenses, like there was a system around them, right? Like like the way Mike Martz did in St. Louis with them in the quick passing game, the very just like the way they operate the swing passes, the follow Orlando pace. Air Coryell in San Diego with their complex deep routes with Wes Chandler and John Jefferson and Charlie Joyner. In Baltimore, the offense is him. It's literally him. Like the touchdown Rashad Bateman scores. He runs around.
Shout out to Noah for a $20 donation. Appreciate you, Noah. What did Noah say?
Let me see if I can pull it up here.
Go ahead and finish your thought, Ferris.
Like he's running around. He runs right, then he runs around, then runs left, and he jumps, and he throws the touchdown midair as he's jumping. Then there's the other time where he's running around, and then he finds a crease, then runs and scores a rushing touchdown. He's literally the offense. Like literally, that's what he is.
Well, he got stopped at the one.
Well,
he just scored. I thought he scored. My bad. The one. Yes.
One second. Just wanted to stop by and show my support. Go Ravens. #LBHT crew. Thank you, Noah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Noah. Appreciate you, man.
That's what he is, man. It's like it's he is the epitome of you can't guard a receiver more than 3 seconds because you keep guarding. Someone's gonna get open because he's gonna run around for 8 seconds, and then someone's gonna be open. Just run around, just run into space, and he'll find the space and he'll throw it to you. And that's why Bateman scored that Zabe long pass. I think the Deontay catch. He's running around. You find some open space and he just finds you and he hits you. That's pretty much Mark Andrews. He found some space and he just hit Mark Andrews in stride and he scored the touchdown.
Okay, hang on, Paris. We got a super chat you need to read here. This is from Brandon. Then he says, Dean Pease is the worst defensive mind I've ever seen in my life. Fire his ass. Thank you very much for the donation. Appreciate
Thank you.
To kind of add on to that, a little bit of history tonight, apparently. Jamar Chase became the first receiver with multiple 250-yard multi-touchdown games in his career. And my man is like 25.
And weren't they both against us?
I cannot confirm
Probably.
that, but I suspect so.
I think that was his rookie year. He was toasting Marlowe. Like that was terrible. I remember that. But another point that I wanted to bring up, for all the people that say Lamar is not a great passer, he has the 3rd highest passer rating in the history of the NFL. So I don't understand how anybody can open their mouth and say something that ridiculous.
It's just hate.
There have been some people in the media that were smart enough to walk it back and go the other direction, right? Like Colin Cowherd, because he was one of those people like, oh, he's not accurate, he's not this and that. And then when second year and when he won his MVP, he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go the other way now. Like he's pretty good, right? And now he'll tell you he's the best QB in the league. Like he just went the other way with it. Like, hey, I was wrong. I'm gonna get that out the way early and just say I was wrong. I'm gonna take my hit now. Other people were doubling down, tripling down, quadrupling down, right? Like they just refuse to show him props, and you just look dumber and dumber every time you're saying that he's not that accurate, he's not quarterback, he's not all these things, right? And he's showing you that he's the best quarterback in the league. He's better than Mahomes right now. Now, Mahomes ain't really playing for regular season, granted, right? He's playing for Super Bowls, but it is what it is. Lamar's got the stats. Lamar's showing you he's the best quarterback right now. You don't have to like it, but you gotta respect it.
So Jamar, the first time he did it was on January 2nd, 2022. So I don't know who he's against. Let me check that for you. Continue.
Yeah.
Bengals.
But those are the type of players, those are the type of weapons I'm talking about that I wish Lamar had early on in his career.
Yeah.
It was the Chiefs.
It was the Chiefs. It was in the playoffs.
No. It was in the regular season. It was January. I think it was that game they went to the jungle and they beat them towards the end. But I think it was the year the Chiefs beat them in the playoffs as revenge, I think.
Well, hold on, Noah. He says everyone was already crowning Mahomes as baby goat, but I think Lamar deserves that title. Timeout. Timeout. Mahomes has 3 Super Bowl titles, 3 Super Bowl MVPs,
Yes.
two league MVPs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mahomes deserves the accolade, all the accolades, and all the all the praise he gets. Absolutely.
Yes.
But I've always thought that Lamar is a better player in a worse situation.
Yes.
And now I think he's a better player in a worse situation.
Yeah.
I think if you put Lamar on the Chiefs, they still win those Super Bowls.
I think they have 4.
Yes.
Yes, Triple. I'm telling you, Willie Steve wasn't better than Jamar Chase.
How dare you?
Willie Snead was good, man. Back in 19.
Because the way quarterbacks to me is there's Patrick, and there's like Lamar, and then there's like Josh Allen and Joe Burrow there.
Right. You making a mountain right now?
Yes, kind of.
Mahomes Mountain.
Yeah, basically. So like it's Patrick, then the second highest peak is Lamar, then it's like Josh and Joe, and then you have like Justin.
Here's the thing, though,
somewhere
Ferris,
around
is
there.
if we're talking about team success and attributing that to quarterbacks, right? Because Super Bowls are a team thing. He didn't
Yes.
win those Super Bowls by himself, obviously.
Yes.
But he's the quarterback. Like you said, Adrian, it's the most important position in team sports. Period. They
Yes.
get the most credit. They get the most blame. All that. So I mean, it's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
But if that's what we're gonna do, it's Patrick and it's Lamar. It ain't Josh.
It ain't
Matthew
Josh.
Stafford.
Josh don't have any personal or team accolades to fall back on. Joe Burrow's been to the Super Bowl.
That's true.
Yeah.
Josh ain't done nothing. Not really.
No,
Josh is down there with Justin.
yes, that is true. Good point. And then Matthew Stafford's above Josh.
Also, I want to point out too, like this is
A lot of
one
people
those
give
games-
Joe a lot of credit for losing the Super Bowl than they do for Matthew for winning the Super Bowl. It's kind of funny.
Matt tried to
Really?
throw that away a few times.
He did. He did try to throw that away a couple times.
But also I want to point out that this is one of those games, right? When we're arguing who is the MVP, right? Lamar or Derrick Henry. This is one of those games that's making the case for Lamar because Derrick Henry couldn't really get it going. And when it all falls apart, it's on Lamar to get it going. Like he is the guy.
Yeah,
Right?
Derrick Henry was pretty anonymous in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he kept his touchdown
poorly.
streak going, which is great.
Yeah,
I want him to
he
keep
didn't
it
play
going.
poorly, but I mean, he didn't rise above anything.
Well, he
He had some tough runs.
He had 14 carries for what? 68 yards.
yards. Yep.
So what's that? 5 yards a carry? Give him 25 touches and he has 125 yards.
Hmm?
The average per rush is right around what he's averaging. He's averaging what, 4.9 a carry? Give him the ball. Now, Brandon, I agree with your point, Jose. Lamar carried the team offensively today, and you give him all the credit for that. But I blame Todd Monken for not involving Derrick Henry more in the game. Give him the ball, man. It's not as difficult as they want to make it seem. They make it seem like you need a PhD to understand football or something. Like, if you didn't play in the NFL or if you weren't an OC, you don't understand football. I've watched thousands of hours of football. If you can run the ball and stop the run, that gives you a chance to win every week in the NFL.
Yeah. Right.
This is an interesting question here from Pay the Bills. Then Goff is above Josh Allen as well, right?
Right now, yeah.
To be fair, Jared Goff got kind of babied to that Super Bowl. McVay was, reading the defense for him in his helmet quite a bit, and he played in the NFC. Playing in the NFC is different than playing in the AFC. It's the baby brother conference. But to answer your question, yes, he is above Josh.
He got to the NFC Championship game with Detroit last year.
Yeah, he's playing unbelievably well right now.
Choked it away though.
But he's also been gifted a lot of talent around him.
In
both situations.
So was Josh Allen.
Yeah. You're right. You're
exactly.
Right.
You see
You're right.
see like these lesser quarterbacks, and you see the teams around them, and then Lamar's like, yeah, you gave me Dante Johnson. Like, no offense to Dante Johnson. No offense. Deontay. Sorry, my bad.
All defense, apparently.
Apparently all defense. I apologize, my guy. But like, that's what you give me? Well, you got Jared Goff, got Amon-Ra St. Brown, got Jamison Williams, got Sam Laporta, got 2 running backs. You got the best offensive line in all of football. And then with Josh Allen, you gave him Amari Cooper, you gave him Keon Coleman, you gave him 3 tight ends, you gave him James Cooks, and then with Joe Burrow, you gave him at one point he had T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, CJ Uzama, and Lamar's like, hey man, Joe Mixon Joe Mixon, and you're like, and Lamar's like, hey dog, like, what's up with this? Like,
Miles Boykin.
What?
Miles Boykin, can you catch it this time, please?
You gave me a Miles Boykin. You gave me a Miles Boykin, bro.
First, though, to be fair about that, though, a lot of those guys are really high draft picks. Now, not an Amon-Ra St. Brown. He was a revelation.
And he will tell you.
Nobody to be as good as he was, I don't think. But Jamar Chase was like the second overall pick, man.
Okay.
One of the greatest bad enough to get a guy that early in the
You
draft.
could have had DJ Moore or Calvin Ridley. You chose
We just
Hayden
passed
Hurst.
him. Yeah.
Well, we passed on Stephon Diggs too. We passed on a bunch of guys.
We passed on Puka Nacua last year.
Everybody
We passed on T. Higgins.
Yeah, he passed on T. Higgins. They could have had
T
him.
T was in the second round.
Well, everybody knows we can't scout wide receivers, as evidenced by Travis Taylor and Miles Boykin and whoever else. Rashard Perryman. Shout out to Perryman.
But that's
you took Marquise. You took Hollywood when there were 4 or 5 better receivers available in that draft.
But that's the difference between. I mean, there's so many differences between EDC and Ozzy, but Ozzy wasn't good at scouting wide receivers either. But he went and got wide receivers.
Anquan Bolden.
He got Anquan Bolden. He got Steve Smith.
Derek Mason.
Derek Mason. Like he
Jacoby
went
Jones.
and made sure that they got those type of players that caliber.
Hey, what the hell was that?
Who was that?
Somebody just subscribed. I don't know who.
Right,
Very
that threw me off.
confused.
A bunch of question marks subscribed. Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Jose, you're right, because he realized like I can one position I'm not very good at, so I'm gonna let the other teams do the scouting, and when they don't want to pay their wide receiver, I'm gonna steal them. That's what a good GM does. But he stole Steve Smith when he was like 38. But that's not the point I'm trying to make here. But he went out and he got receivers, especially Anquan Bolden. At one point, Anquan Bolden, if his teammate wasn't Larry Fitzgerald, he would have gotten more praise than he. But then he moved to Baltimore and he was having great stats in Arizona. And then Baltimore, they dipped statistically wise, but he was still one of the best receivers in the game because he knew what his job was: the block, catch, timely first downs and touchdowns if necessary. But Anquan Bolden, for the younger generation, Anquan Bolden was
25 goddamn years old.
Hey, you know what? A younger generation than me. We're talking about a man who broke his face.
You remember Anquan?
Yes, I do.
No, he doesn't remember Anquan.
I remember Anquan. I remember that Super Bowl run with him and Larry. I remember that.
He went on YouTube, didn't he?
No, I watched it live.
When he broke his face, you were watching Yo Gabba Gabba on Nickelodeon.
I was watching the NFL, sir. He broke his face. And then 2 weeks later, he showed up. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Itachi, for subscribing. Appreciate you.
Hurtful, Jose. Hurtful, sir. It's very hurtful. Trying to connect here, man.
Who's this right here? Brother, I can't even read that. Something Brother Bay Contreras, sportainment guy. Shout out to everyone in the chat, including Lunch Break Hot Take. Keep up the good work on the channel. Appreciate it. And shout out from South Bronx. South Bronx.
That brother BKL Contreras, aka
Brother BKL Contreras,
sportainment guy.
Hey,
he broke his face in 2008, so I was watching the NFL.
How old were you?
I don't know how old are they?
You were watching
10. He was 10.
I was 10.
Yo Gabba Gabba.
I never turned on Yo Gabba Gabba.
You should have. It was a fantastic show.
Okay, fine. I actually did turn on Yo Gabba Gabba.
I know you did. You were a child.
Blues Clues.
Hey man, Blues Clues. Shout out to Steve. Steve's back. Shout out to you, Steve.
Backyardigans.
Hey, Backyardigans was the jam, dog.
It was. I even had the album.
Yeah, shout out to Backyardigans.
My kids had a CD. I think Alicia Keys had sang a song on their little soundtrack too.
Shout out to Little Einstein.
Everybody tried to get on Backyardigans.
They did.
That was the place to be.
Yeah. The Wiggles.
I never watched the Wiggles.
Nah, Jay.
Never watched the Wiggles.
The Weekenders.
What?
Weekenders. I don't know.
Ed and Eddie.
Oh yes, yes.
Oh yeah.
I got one.
Yeah, Cartoon Network. Yeah.
Little Einstein. Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
I remember Little Einstein.
Yeah, it was very good.
Josh says, anyone else automatically know the call on the field was right when Harbaugh throws the challenge?
Yeah. Every single time I see him with that flag in his hand, I was like, well, that ref got it.
Hey, are we talking about
I could have been the only one whose head almost exploded when he threw the challenge flag, lost the challenge, and then called a timeout. That was the first drive.
Yeah. And then you didn't get a field goal at halftime.
And then I was like, okay, he wants to make sure they get it right. They're gonna make a defensive stop. They made the defensive stop, and then there's that BS call that bailed them out, and they scored a touchdown. and I just got angry all over again.
You mean? Are you talking about the correct call on Brandon Stevens' foot being out of bounds?
Was that an interception?
No, not that one, not that one. But the first drive, when the two timeouts we lost happened, we stopped them on 4th down, and then they called holding on. I think it was Brandon Stevens, but he didn't actually hold him. He didn't.
If it's the same play that I'm thinking of, it was on, I believe, Jamar Chase, and
yes,
he had his arm wrapped around him up top. He didn't hold him long, but you don't have to hold him long.
You got to hold him.
Yeah,
it wasn't a hold.
It wasn't a hold. You know what? You know what I love about Ravens fans? What I absolutely love about Ravens fans is they know that you got the worst pass defense in the league, the worst secondary in the league, and apparently none of your players ever hold or interfere.
That's not true.
It's incredible.
That's not true.
I'm talking about you.
Oh,
but every time I see a flag or there's a flag on a Ravens defender for defensive holding or pass interference, the referees are cheating. I'm like, no, they're not. You suck. You suck at covering receivers. And
but see, last time we had this argument,
you get a little grabby.
Last time we had this argument, more tape came out that proved my point that it was not pass interference.
That was one play.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all mugged Mike.
But no. B's right. No. B's right. Like we got away with a lot tonight, and I'll take it. Matt at BK, I don't know what his problem was, man. I don't know what his beef was with.
Twice.
I don't know what Joe Burrow said to him, but he punched him twice. He did punch him twice.
Good.
He gonna go back
and Marlon
being allergic to quarterbacks next week, though.
And did anybody get the injury report on Joe Burrow? Did he crack a rib? I think he broke a rib.
Oh yeah, Marlo hit him late on that play too.
He did hit him late.
But I like it. That's physical football.
That's football.
That defense needed it. We got away with a lot.
They did.
Well, we try to hurt Joe Burrow every time we play him because he destroys us.
But this is the thing with the sense, like, okay, you got away with a bunch of calls. There was roughing the passer and holding on that 2-point conversion, but Ravens fans still complaining about the refs. Still, like I don't want to say they completely handed you the game, but they made it pretty easy.
You can't say that with 11 penalties.
I mean, stop cheating, bro. but again, when we're sitting here talking, they missed 3 roughing the passer calls. They missed the holding on the 2-point conversion, and you're gonna complain about the refs favoring the Bengals? Like, stop it.
Yes,
stop.
That's how it works.
Yeah, man. Do refs hate Joe Burrow? Because I feel like he's always being like assaulted on every play, all time.
I don't care.
Okay, that's good.
You know what hates Joe Burrow? Football hates Joe Burrow.
I saw somebody hit Lamar straight in the helmet to helmet, and they didn't call a flag.
Oh no, they definitely
not in this
hate
game.
Lamar.
Not in this game.
They definitely
but
hate Lamar. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I was also going to add another quarterback.
I don't care.
You also hate Daniel Jones. That's why he's not very good. But
No, you hate Daniel Jones.
It's also another good point. All right.
Football hates Daniel Jones.
You know what? I think everyone besides his family hates Daniel Jones.
The Maras don't hate him.
Yeah, love.
He says since he got away with a lot too, their O-line was holding all game, even on the 2-point conversion. First off, I'm gonna tell you a little secret about your garbage ass O-line. They hold all the time. But second, and more importantly, that's the point. All teams get away with a lot in every game. The refs suck for everybody. They're not out to get Baltimore. They've never been out to get Baltimore. They will never be out to get Baltimore. Why would they be out to get a team whose quarterback plays the way that Lamar Jackson plays? Who's one of the most exciting players in the league.
By the way, you also can't hold if you're on the ground and the defense tackle's punching their quarterback in the face. So I don't think there's a hold. You're not really holding on that play. You know what I mean? You're on the ground
beforehand. But the problem is poor officiating. Which
absolutely, I'm just saying
that's the problem.
Targeting Baltimore.
No, it's not targeting Baltimore.
They have a terrible officiating problem across the league.
Yeah,
and if our defense was better, we wouldn't take it to heart so much. But
yeah, and Fa Lele, he's like 410 pounds of. I mean, I can't even say what I really want to say right now. He is complete dumpster juice. He holds every game. There's 2-3 penalties on him. And I thought Makari was bad, but he makes Makari look like he's a solid player. And
Makari is bad.
I mean, Makari's bad too. I mean, this offensive
he had 2 penalties today too, I think, right? Didn't he have?
He had at least one. He had at least one. It was he was ineligible
downfield.
He's not even looking at the play.
He says the 2-point conversion, since the offensive lineman was holding, Gesicki flopped hard. The right call would have been holding on Cincy and penalty decline. Well, okay. Here's the thing though. Flopping is that doesn't you were holding him. That's why he flopped. So it was defensive holding. You can say it was offensive holding too. That's fine. But you also you also hit Joe Burrow in the face on that play.
True.
So not sure where you're going with that, but that's all right.
That was incidental contact to the face. That was not egregious in any way. Let him play.
Matabike hand only hit Burrow's face because he was being pulled down by the lineman that's holding. Exactly. It's roughing the passer, House. That is a penalty. You cannot. It doesn't matter. You cannot hit the quarterback in the face.
Either way, the penalties will offset and they would get another shot.
Right.
If it was called properly. I don't care. All right, we got the win. That's all I really care about.
Yeah,
absolutely. I'm just saying, don't complain about the refs when you had some obvious calls go in your favor as well.
Sam says Ravens are the most penalized team in the NFL this season. They're undisciplined.
Yes, they are. I agree.
And they always have
John Harbaugh. He coaches undisciplined teams year in and year out. I've wanted John Harbaugh to get fired for the last 6 years. I mean, I guess some people agree with me, but Bisciotti obviously doesn't because he keeps coming back every year. Lamar, he better give Lamar the best Christmas gift that you ever seen in life because the only reason that man still has a job is because of Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna wrap it up here, man. It's after 1:00 in the morning. I gotta get to work in a few hours. Okay.
Oh yeah, we have jobs.
Yeah.
Ali says, "Too bad, so sad they didn't call it." Do you tell that to Ravens fans when y'all get your shipments of your bulk shipments of tissues every other week?
We don't get it every other week. We don't have 3 losses.
Y'all cry more, but they cry every week.
Every fan base does this.
No. We're talking to Ravens fans, and the Ravens fans are the ones in the chat, and the Ravens fans are the ones responding to it. It's like y'all cry nonstop.
That's what fans do.
Fans don't cry. They're busy yelling at Daniel Jones.
Stop it. That's what I'm saying. It's annoying and stop it. You don't have to do it.
But they're going to do it. That's what fans. That's just. It comes with the territory.
We can change the territory.
By the way, I love you. I love Ravens fans. By the way, guys.
Bad calls come with the territory. Deal with it.
I love Ravens fans.
Do you?
Yeah. We don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to be all dramatic about it over here.
I just don't want to yell that.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with people calling out, missed calls or whatnot. But yeah, recognize that missed calls go in our favor as well.
You're gonna get yelled at for your Donovan McNabb comments. Just not on
I don't care. I will always slander an Eagle. I don't even care if he's a good player. I will always slander him.
Always slander Randall Cunningham, huh?
Yeah. I've been trying to for years, but I can't find anything.
Mm-hmm. You always going to slander Brian Dawkins?
I've been trying to find one too, but I can't.
Okay.
I'm trying to find one on Reggie White, but I can't do it, man. They're too damn good.
Yes, because not all. We know.
Because.
Yes. All right. We're out of here. Ferris, let the people know where they can find you.
Find me on the Let's Get Ready Networks, our entertainment channel, our highlight channel. Every Friday, we do a show called The Good Friends, Better Rivals, where we talk the NFC East. This week, it's just pain. We're going to be talking about pain. Cowboys got Dak Prescott's injured. The Giants are the Giants. We lost to the Commanders. We can't even do that anymore. We can't even beat the Commanders anymore. It's going to be a long, long 15 years because Jaden Daniels has taken my soul.
You could just get a quarterback of your own.
We could. Yeah, but I don't trust this ownership to get a good quarterback. So we'll see about that.
Black one.
You trust Washington? They got one.
They can't get a black quarterback.
Yeah. Last time we did that, everyone started crying.
Everyone got fired.
Adrian,
let the people know where they can find you.
Jesus, man. hit me up on X, Elon's platform, or Instagram, Zuckerberg's platform at the Sunglass Kid, DASUNGLASSKID. PStar410.com. Revamping the site is going to be up soon. Get your kids something good. I'm the retro video game king. Got everything you need, everything you want. And sometimes I come on here and talk football with my boys. And appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for having me on. Jose, of course, B, Ferris Bueller, working late tonight. Let's get it.
By the way, Lane Johnson cheats on every snap. He jumps off sides. Jay, cheating bastard.
Right, what's so much worse about that whole coach getting fired over benching Eli thing is so much worse in hindsight with Geno Smith's resurrection, because you could have had a quarterback. You did have a quarterback.
We did have a quarterback.
You got so angry that Alicia had to sit on the bench for one game that you ruined the next decade of your franchise.
Ben McAdoo was right. I was on that camp. I'm Team McAdoo.
All right, we getting out of here, y'all. Look, patreon.com/LBHTShow. Go check out our Patreon. We just had a nice conversation. The four of us, a couple of other people. We talked about the Drake and DeMar DeRozan beef, and that kind of went into a conversation about the Super Bowl halftime performance. Did the Lil Wayne get robbed? Or was Kendrick Lamar the right call? Look, don't say nothing.
On screen was the biggest Kendrick hater of all time.
Look. Go check it out on the Overtime Show. Patreon.com/LBHTShow. You can find that video. All right.
Team Drake, baby. Team light skin.
All right. B, are you ready?
I'm ready.
B is ready. Everybody have a great night. Ravens win. We'll take it however we take it. All right. We're a half a game behind Pittsburgh, so we got to go out there and handle business next week. All right. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Juvenile.